last few months, a few of the people I've counseled have committed suicide, right? We thought things were going well, and turns out they weren't happy. But they had this wonderful facade up, this smile that was there all the time. So, what was truly behind their smiles? How real and authentic is my smile? What's hiding behind your smile? We're talking about all of that in today's episode at Kanika's Corner. Welcome to Kanika's Corner. I am a counselor with 15 years of experience and I have 2 young children, and this channel is all about my experiences throughout my life. Most people who see me will, tell me that I'm smiling all the time. And they ask, how do you manage it? It's not that it's an artificial smile that is up all the time. I've had lots of experiences that has taught me to differentiate between what is artificial, what is real. It's just that I have so much to be grateful for. So many good things happening in my life that I enjoy smiling. I enjoy being who I am. I have my outbursts also, right? I also have negative feelings and times when I'm not feeling up to mark. I don't always smile through all of that. And it's my close circle of family and friends who are privy to all of those emotions. Those who are my sounding boards, who are my backbone. It's specifically with them that I have my outbursts and they see the not so smiling side of me. But you will find that in general, I have a smile on my face. I am happy and life is amazing. Through all the ups and downs, we have more things to be thankful and grateful for than to crib about. And that is just the way I think. It is who I am. It's not a facade, it's not a mask. That's just who I am. The reason I'm talking about a smile is that I went through a difficult time in Edinburgh when I was studying there to do my master's. I went into depression and nobody knew that I was depressed. Neither did I. And nobody around me noticed it because, I was with a group of people who don't know me very well. We just gotten to know each other that year. And we missed the signs because I was smiling all the time. And here I was in a course studying counseling and, how we can help people with their emotions. And all because of this, happy face that I had all the time. People thought I was doing okay. My family was far away. It was in an age where Skype was the way that we were talking to each other and, it wasn't everyday phone calls. And because I was smiling all the time, nobody thought there was anything wrong. Neither did my classmates, neither did my teachers. I learned the lesson the hard way that, I should not be smiling all the time and shoving my emotions behind a smile. And, how so very difficult life can be if we are portraying only a happy face and a face that says, everything is fine. Because that's not letting people know how I am feeling. And it is very, very important to let people around me know that, hey, sorry, today is not a good day, or I need some help today. The world is feeling so dreary and, I don't feel like living life. All of that was happening to me in Edinburgh at that point. Because I was always smiling, including, my teachers who were teaching us counseling did not see the signs. Because when you show a smiling face, who will know that there is something hiding behind it, right? As we were developing our counseling skills in the course, one of the things I got as feedback when we used to have mock counseling sessions and I was the counselor, whenever I would sit across them, then I would have this sort of a happy, serene expression on my face. I felt like I was out of sync with them because my face was not reflecting the emotions that they had. That was another point that got me thinking. Am I smiling all the time? Is my smile real? Is it authentic? Is it just a facade? Is it reflecting what I'm feeling? And we were already, in the counseling course and, looking at who we truly are and how much are we portraying to others, So all of this got me thinking about that. And that's where the idea for this video came from. Let's look at how authentic and real our smile is. And if it is not, let's just show whatever expression that we are showing and smile when we want to and we feel like it. Facial expressions are just the tip of the iceberg. You know, it shows it's maybe 1/100th of what we are feeling. And what we show on our face is something that we can manipulate so easily to tell people what we want them to feel.
One of the first, as in children, their face shows exactly what they're feeling. And one of the first things we learn as adults, and even as early as teenagers, is how to mask our feelings and have this artificial smile in place and say, everything is okay, everything is fine. Is that really true? With all of us being on social media so much more, there is this, let's call it pressure, right? To look and be perfect. And one of the fallbacks of that is that we're always smiling and trying to be happy even if we aren't. So how real is your smile?
You know, it's really nice when we're surrounded by happy, cheerful people, or when we are that kind. But it doesn't mean that we have to be like that all the time. In fact, it's not good to always be smiling when we don't feel like smiling. Right, I said that smiling, but that's because it's been a good morning. But it is, not a good practice to be smiling when you don't feel like smiling. It's okay to have a sad face, a serious face, you're like a disgusted face. Absolutely fine to have all of those emotions showing on our face and not just have a smile on it all the time. So being a counselor and having gone through therapy for all of these years has helped me differentiate when I'm smiling because I want to, and when I'm smiling because I'm masking something.
The first step is to acknowledge that we don't feel like smiling and not to smile.
Let's not bury our emotions and always hide behind this idea that I'm fine, everything is fine.
So when we see sudden anger, sadness, people start crying and we see all those emotions on their faces, it's like the pressure cooker bursting, right? Because their mind and body cannot hold those emotions in any longer, and that is when it comes out. It's not because it's the emotion in the moment, it's a full-on blowout of those emotions. So even if we want to smile, though we're not feeling like it, completely okay. Please go ahead and do it. But make sure you find another way of expressing those emotions. Yes, I have been cordially invited into Ducky's tent. Okay, a very important part of this step is to find another way of expressing these emotions at another point. Things like this, just color, cook, go for a walk, do any physical activity. If the emotions stay within us, then they fester, become uglier, become bigger. So at the root of it itself, let's find a way of making it smaller and smaller. Gauri has this book called Little Miss Giggles, where the character suddenly loses her giggles, and it's just a reminder that sometimes even though we are smiling and happy all the time, our smiles just go off on holiday. And we have to take care of everything else, not worry as much on the smiles, and it'll come back one fine day.
We are at the end of a really long day, and yes, I'm still smiling because it's been a good day. Absolutely no problem with that. And for those who know me, they will know that my smile is a little strained because of how physically tiring the day has been. But I like to smile, and therefore I continue to smile even at the end of the day.
Well, folks, those have been my experiences with smiles and the realities of it. What have your experiences been? Please put it up in the comment section. I'm really interested in learning more about all of this. And let's learn from each other. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. See you all next week.